boss move. It's always good.
All right, and
We're live.
We are live, and look at that. We had a smooth intro this morning.
Right? Welcome to the Morning Buzz. Special thanks to
Louise Groover, who recorded that for us last night.
Right?
She is now our head of
music, right?
Audio. I don't know, we'll come up with a better title for you, Louise.
Executive jingle producer.
Yes, excellent. You can name the song in the chat if you want. But we have a whole bunch of things going on today.
A lot going on today. First, we wanted to start out talking a little bit. We got a little bit of an update from El Presidente Evan Shaw, the principal of our school, regarding grades and what's going on in that. As most of you know, the stuff in your Google Classrooms is due on Friday. So you should continue to work on that. And we had kind of said as a staff that we were not going to put any grades in during this time. But now that that time has been extended to after April vacation, we've kind of decided that we probably should put some grades in at some point. That being said, we are not going to put in any grades that hurt you. So if you do not meet the standard on an assignment, or if you experience some technological difficulties, or you have some things going on and just can't really complete some of the assignments, then that's not going to be counted against you, and we can work it out when you get back.
Isn't it the doctor's oath? First, do no harm.
Right. Is that the Hippocratic oath?
Hippocratic oath.
Which seems like Hippocratic usually.
Do you think he's a
tied with
hypocrite?
an oath.
I don't really. Hey, good morning,
works,
Alex, in the chat.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. What else we got for announcements?
We have a new website blog.
Yes.
Going up. So you're going to get an email with the information on how to access that.
Yeah, and so just so you know, for that blog, so we're taking Buzz Media into a multimedia conglomerate here.
Thanks to social media director Morgan Hickson.
Yes, and producer / executive producer Jamie Gentura here. What we want to do is we want students to be able to interact. So we're going to be trying to launch Arts Gala.
Correct.
Via the blog this week.
Yep.
A snowman contest that's going up there today.
Yeah.
Via the blog. Oh, do we got to kill the sound on this camera? Otherwise, we're getting a. Look at me fixing the technical issues.
You're such a technological wizard. A lizard gifted wizard.
Look. Hi, Amanda.
Hi,
we do have a working Zoom. We'll be with you in a few minutes. What else we have for blog, snowman contest, Arts Gala contest?
We're on Instagram.
I don't hear
We're on
any of
Instagram
you.
at
You're all muted.
Levitt Buzz Media.
And you can also follow Mr. Davis and I on the Twitter.
Yes,
At CoachAth19 and at, are you still Lawn Mowing Ideas? You kind of changed.
I don't remember what mine's
right?
called.
All right.
Find Coach Ath and then you can find me.
Right.
What else we got? All right, I think we're ready to keep rolling here.
Ready to keep it moving?
Our main thing that we know you tuned in for is to see Amanda Hill and Rob Caldwell.
Right.
So we are going to force you to watch some other parts of the show while you wait for
Prior
that.
to that, right?
And so are we at point counterpoint?
I think we're at point counterpoint. So our top 6 reveal at the end of the show today is going to be Girl Scout cookies.
Yes.
The top 6 Girl Scout cookies, and we would like you to vote in the chat on which Girl Scout cookie you think should be 1 or 2, which Davis and I are about to debate in the first ever point counterpoint on the Morning Buzz.
Yes.
So Davis has selected Samoa's as his cookie, and I have selected the Thin Mint as my cookie.
And just so you know, normally we just get along fine and we make our top 6, but there was so much contention on Friday when we tried to put this together that now we're going to point counterpoint.
The staff couldn't agree. It was
we have 6, 5, 4, 3. You get to decide 1 and 2.
What is 1 and 2?
All right, so
30-second segments. You're going first, then I'm going, and then back to you, then back to me, and then you guys are going to vote at home, and we'll reveal at the end of the show.
Via chat. All right.
Right?
And I don't know how we're doing the clock here.
Go.
All right, so first of all, this is a no-brainer because the Thin Mint is really just a pour substitute for a peppermint patty. If there's a better version of your cookie, then I don't understand how your cookie could be the #1. The Samoa, on the other hand, with the perfect mix of coconut, chocolate, and the caramel. It is a caramel delight, which I see the name, but I still like the classic Samoa. Thin mints are too small. Not everybody even likes the mint taste. You're not going to eat as many. They're just, Samoas are the inspiration for so many other desserts that exist. It's clearly the superior cookie.
Davis, you ignorant history teacher. The Thin Mint has been around since 1976 and it's never changed names. It's kept one name the whole time. It does not toggle back and forth between Samoas and the now popular Caramel Delight. Not only that, but your cookie couldn't even decide on a recipe. When it changed names, it had to change recipe and they had to make it out of something different because it wasn't good enough to begin with. Also, when you open a package of Caramel Delights, it's got no staying power. It's a one-shot deal. There's 15 cookies in there. You're going to eat 15 cookies in one sitting. You open a box of Thin Mints, that's 32 cookies. You put those things in the freezer, you're talking...
No, you're way over your time now. You're way over your time.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll pick up where I left off. Back to you.
All right, Hathaway, you know, as a football coach, I would expect you to just not really put a lot of thought into your cookies. And, you know, you just, I'm sure during meetings, you just like to just keep filling your mouth with Thin Mints. However, as an educated person, what you need to know is the Caramel Delight or the Samoa, either way, yes, they toy with the different recipes and they try to perfect it, but both of those are amazing, delectable. They're like what a French chef might cook up, as opposed to just like anybody in their basement. I don't know.
32 Thin Mints in your freezer. You eat 8 at a time. That's 4 times the pleasure of a Caramel Delight or a Samoa. You can dip them in pudding. You can dip them in milk. They're also a natural breath mint. So a great dessert. And in closing, Cookie Monster would not be able to eat a Samoa because it wouldn't crunch and fall out of his face. It's too gooey. A Thin Mint, he would be all over that. And if Cookie Monster won't eat your cookie, how can you be the best cookie?
Yeah, you're talking about a cookie for children.
You're done.
All right, we're done. Please in the chat tell us which one.
First ever point, counterpoint.
And what are we up to now?
We are on.
Oh, we do sort of have Rob. We're gonna do one more thing before we go to that.
Right. So we've got the Carabiner game #1.
Yes.
Which is the semi-final game
between
me and Hickson.
All right, you guys can go.
All right.
I'll get out of the way.
You going first?
Who's gonna run that camera?
Yes.
All right.
Parker.
Are we ready to start?
I think we're ready to
Yeah,
start.
so this is a matchup to decide who gets to be in the championship matchup.
Is that a 6?
That's a -6.
Oh, -6. Yeah.
Ooh.
Whoa.
And that's over completely. Should we,
Set on the table.
Parkin, you need to do some commentary on this game since we're trying to figure out how to make sure the Zoom's working correctly.
I thought I wasn't allowed to talk.
You are allowed to talk just for this special
Yes, for this
instance
special
only.
segment. All right, I have my glasses on. I want to make sure I get this in the right thing.
We've got a lot.
Oh!
We do have a lot of people in the chat now, which is great.
-25. Oh, that is not good for business. Oh, she got 4.
I don't knock it out.
Oh, that's negative
A lot of
That's-
-25.
-21 for you? Right? Did you get a 4 and a -25?
Did you get a -4 on the first
I
one?
got a
too?
negative
Oh, a negative-
6 on the
Negative
first.
6 on the first one, so
-27.
that's
So it's
negative
negative
27 to negative 25. It's Donnybrook. All right, here we go. I was in 25 and then went to negative 25. How does that happen? Oh, no. So I sit at negative 50.
-50 to -27 currently.
Man.
What's the score here?
Negative 50 to negative 27.
Not going real well.
Oh, Hickson got Yep, to negative 23. All right. So I got to get this thing down to negative 23.
Is this the last inning?
This
Yep.
is the last at bat of the last inning. I'd also like to point
Denver,
out-
I would say Hickson is not cheating. People who are talking about the peanut butter patty in the chat, that's not an option. So I'm sorry, like you are not part of the team.
Right.
That's not there.
I'm putting on the glasses for this one.
I'd also like to point out there's been a lot of trash talk for people who can't grade 0.
No.
Okay, and Denver still can't spell my name right, so whatever, Denver.
Oh,
Oh, Hickson wins.
What was my score?
So-
Negative 23.
Negative 23. Man. Are we doing this now?
I think we are now going to be going to different rooms.
We're going to transition to another room.
Can you hear me? Hopefully, JD, you can hear me. Trying to work out our technology.
I can hear you.
Yeah. And you guys are all live.
We are all live, so this is happening right now.
Oh, all right.
This is happening right now.
Hello. Thank you guys for joining us on Maine's fastest growing morning television show.
That's right. It's all about the ratings numbers. Don't
Yeah,
forget
we've been-
that ever.
Thank you. We want actually some tips, so that's good. Can we start off with you guys telling us how is social distancing working for you at Channel 6?
Go ahead, Rob. I'll let you answer this one.
It's a very strange feeling. I'll tell you. I'm here in this newsroom, and there are, I think, 3 other people. This is a good-sized room. I don't know what it is, 70 feet by 50 feet, and so I mean, this is like the size of a tennis court, and there are the number of people in here that you'd expect to see on, Christmas Eve working on the 11 o'clock newscast. All the reporters and photographers are out working in the field. They're not being allowed into the building. Anchors and producers are in the building and not being allowed out onto the field. As someone nicely put it last week, we are all either indoor cats or outdoor cats.
Wait, I'm going to pause our interview for a moment here, because I don't know that this is actually on the Buzz Media stream right now. Oh,
Oh, okay.
they can hear us, but they can't see us. Is that correct, Andy? Because the screen isn't showing it.
What?
Oh, maybe.
This is a work in progress, ladies
Oh,
and
you know what?
gentlemen.
This is 100% me. I was just wrong.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, you are wrong.
So they can see.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Don't listen to me.
The world can see Rob
I
Caldwell.
was behind on the stream, and so that was all good. Amanda, how's social distancing working for you?
This is strange. Rob and I typically sit right next to each other in the newsroom, and our parent company, basically trying to keep up with the social distancing recommendations, decided that we should really just have one anchor there at a time. So this morning was my first attempt at trying to go live from home, which is a very strange thing, but at least we're learning that we have the technology, we can do this. So it's been a huge learning curve for all of us.
Yeah, we didn't even have a morning show until this is last Tuesday. So the learning curve's really big for us.
Yeah, this has been, it's kind of interesting to see people adapting as this goes along, but I love that you guys are adapting in the way you're adapting and trying to keep up with the kids still and parents.
Yeah.
Mike, I think you gotta unmute.
Mike, you gotta unmute your.
Amanda, I have a follow-up question for you. Can you hear me
Okay.
now?
Yep.
How did your education at Levitt prepare you for the job that you have now? And beyond that, favorite subject and favorite teacher while you were here?
Wow. Am I allowed to answer question 2 though?
Yes, you
David
are.
already knows that it's not him.
Yeah, I mean, it was not Mr. Davis, that's for sure. No, I had a lot of really great teachers, and I think Levitt is nice. You guys know this. Levitt's nice in the sense that it's kind of a smaller community and more close knit. So I felt like all of my teachers, I felt like I could go to and talk to if I didn't understand something or if I needed more clarification, whether that was schoolwork, life, anything like that. So I think Levitt did well preparing me for my job. I wish that you had a media program that you do now when I was there, but we had a school newspaper, which is actually what inspired me to go into news.
Also, I'm sure your U.S. history teacher probably inspired you.
Yeah. It was my U.S. history teacher, Rob, this is an inside joke here, but Isaiah Davis was my history teacher. So he wants people to think that he was my favorite. I'll at least give you this. You were one of the top 5, for sure.
Who ran the school newspaper at the time when you were here?
It was, oh my God, now you're asking me that, and I'm blanking on her name. She taught English. Mrs. Allen.
Marie Allen, I believe that was.
Yes. She was
Amanda,
also one of my favorites.
Oh, actually, Rob, can you talk about what it's like as the prime anchor right now? Like, what's going on in the studio? You're the only one there?
Yes, which is strange and unusual, but not enormously unusual. Sometimes, typically there's just one other person. We don't do single anchor shows a lot, but we do them from time to time. And when that's the case, there's just one other person in the studio, and that's the person who's running teleprompter, whom we can't see. They're sort of around in the corner and behind the wall. So it's not hugely different, but it's still a little odd. Everything just feels a little off.
Rob, did you have to run your own teleprompter this morning?
I did. And trust me, that contraption, which you have operated so smoothly, is clearly the implement of Satan. I don't understand how people make that thing work without it going. It's a piece of crap. So hurry back here, Amanda. We need you. I need you. You knew that.
Okay, we have a couple questions from people that are teaching their kids at home, and they wondered if you. The first one up is, can you tell a grandmother who's working with their grandchild, who is 8 years old, the difference between a long U and a short U?
Yeah, one of them is as in ugh, and the other is I forget which is which. I guess a short U is ugh as in hug or pug or Doug. A long U is where you say it you. So what's a word that I'm going blank? I don't know why. Blue, B-L-U-E, a word like that. True, those kinds of things. Those are, I believe, that's a long U, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. The second question, Amanda, Rob took that one, so you might be pressured to chime in here. One of my students wanted to know, they needed a little help with their English, and I don't teach English, I teach physics. They wanted to know what a hanging participle was.
Oh my gosh. Again, I divert to Rob Caldwell, the smartest man in the room.
Participles, if I'm not mistaken, are verbs that end in ing. So here's an example of a dangling participle. Hoping to get the best view possible of Casco Bay, the observatory on Munjoy Hill is the place to go. Well, the observatory is not hoping to get the best view. So the proper way to say that would be hoping to get the best view of Casco Bay. Amanda climbed the stairs and went to the top of the Portland Observatory. So it's when it starts out with that participle. Sleeping too late, he missed work. That's fine, but sleeping too late, the alarm clock didn't go off, and he missed work. That doesn't. That's a dangling participle.
Do you teach English on the side?
Yeah.
No, I don't do much on the side. I'm not good for much around here.
No, Rob, as you can tell, is the guy that a lot of us go to when we write a script. We'll say, Rob, can you read through this? Because he knows a lot about a lot of things.
I mean, honestly, man, we put that question in we put that in because I was hoping it would trip you up, but then he actually had an excellent answer.
Yeah.
Why they're such a good team.
Can we
Yeah,
ask
he's
you guys
best
for tips
co-anchor
for us?
ever.
So we're doing our new show. I think you guys have seen at least a little bit of it. Can you give us some tips for putting out a morning show?
More
Amanda,
dancing.
you go first.
More dancing, I think, has been the prominent feedback that I've seen, at least on social media. I like that you guys are keeping it light with your carabiner toss, and you're still informing kids on what's going on, which is pretty important. That's something we've kind of been trying to do on 207 through all of this, is keep as normal as possible for people, because this is a very strange time, but also still giving out the information that's important. What do you think, Rob?
Well, you guys are doing a very good job. You've obviously got on-air talent, and that's important. But here's the thing to keep in mind, is you got to be tough-minded. You got to make some hard decisions. And when you're looking at your two co-hosts, you got to decide who's just a little bit better than the other one. And you have more of that one on the air. So this is part of the reason why 207 succeeds, is we have more Amanda and less me. And that's a formula that works.
That's going to be a really interesting post-production discussion today.
So of the two of you now, which one is kind of stepping ahead here? Who's really taking charge here on this show?
I refer to myself as the talent, but I do that anyway.
Definitely the pretty face, but I don't know if he's the brains behind the operation.
The brains behind the operation is probably Jamie Ventura, Morgan Hickson, and Will Parkin, but
I don't know about Parker. That's a stretch.
all right.
To get the shout out.
We can get moving here. The show's going to run long today, but that's fine. We are trying to keep it. We figure. I have a question for you. How long do you think you can get people? We've been trying for 30 minutes.
I mean, it depends. It depends on how much content you have. I think we have days sometimes on 207 where we think this would be easier if this were a 15-minute show. But we also have days where it would be easier if it were a 45-minute show.
Yeah, that happens all the time, and that's part of the challenge of television. I think anyone who's involved in television in any way will tell you the same thing. It's not like, if you're putting out a print newspaper, maybe they're, the week between Christmas and New Year's, your print newspaper might be quite a bit skinnier than it would be at other times. But when you guys are on the air like this, you don't have that luxury, so you've got to come up with 30 crackerjack minutes, no matter what's going on in the outside world.
A final question. Thin Mint or Samoa? Best Girl Scout cookie.
Samoa. Hands
Samoa.
down.
Thank you. Thank you. Right there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Thank you guys for having us, and we should let people know I'm going to interview you guys for 207 right after this.
Yes, we're very excited. Looking forward to it. Thanks for boosting our
Thank you,
views
guys.
now. All right, bye. I'm locked out of the room.
We locked him out.
All right.
All right.
Are we back?
That was fun.
That was fun. That was really cool.
That was pretty sweet.
Thank you so much, guys.
Right, that was awesome.
I see somebody in the chat. We will be on 207 on Wednesday night, I believe.
Wednesday night.
And
Rob Caldwell directly on point with the answering of those two questions.
yes, and also 2 votes. I don't know how we're adding up the chat votes, but that is definitely 2 votes for Samoa's right there.
They were not on point in regards to that. Clearly, they didn't watch Point Counterpoint
Yeah,
and see me wreck you, but whatever.
All right, so where are we at here? These shows
I think we're at Carabiner game number 2.
Carabiner game 2?
Yeah, the
All right,
championship.
Let's keep things rolling.
Hickson and Parkin. Let's keep
This
it
is
moving.
for the championship belt.
Oh.
We don't
Oh.
have a belt, but
Hey, Jeff Beam in the chat today, the Beamer. LAHS old timer here, impressed with the content today. The Beamer
Yeah.
could play some guitar.
maybe he can send us some guitar that we can
Ooh,
put
yes,
up into,
Jeff. Send some music in. We'll put it as an intro or an outro.
All right. So this is for the championship. Morgan, what was the score in that last game?
We don't want to talk about it.
-2 23 to negative 50.
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
All right, are we ready?
So first inning is up. Morgan. 0-4. Have we mentioned? Oh wait. Morgan, I also know that you are a fan favorite. I know Willow is watching, and she has said that she is personally pulling for you to win this championship.
Where's the line? Right here.
Right there, yeah.
Parkin doing 4-0. Oh no, another 25.
And another blasted through the board.
And after one inning, 25-4. Inning 2. Morgan, that's even hit the board. Come on. The people want you to win. And
All right, it's good.
Parkin, does he go to avoid the negative? Or what's his strategy here? Still 25-4. All right, Morgan, you have to put points on the board right now. You gotta aim
Yeah,
for
I know how
25.
math works, thanks.
I don't. I'm trying to help you and cheer you on. We have multiple celebrities in the chat right now. Oh, my sister's in there with Samoas. Thank you. All right, Morgan, come on. Oh, last chance. Oh no.
No.
What?
Oh.
And Parkin is the reigning champion.
Parkin is he even gonna throw? He has dropped it, and Parkin, you're like a WWF heel right now.
I'm just
Nobody
saying,
wants you.
There's been a lot of people who haven't even cracked 0, and I get all kinds of crap thrown at me by it. Who's got the belt?
Oh, all right. Are we back to us now?
I think we're back to us now. I'm going to try to get up, and Davis, if you want to talk about it for a minute here, I'm going to try to get up the
song, right? Is that what
no, the thing that you sent me about
the snowman.
the snowman challenge. Talk about the snowman challenge.
All right, so I can take Superintendent Kim Brandt's job right now and say that there's a snow day tomorrow, and due to road conditions, there will not be school. But we have the snowman challenge tomorrow. If you get out there and you make a snowman, or really any like snow sculpture, snow fort, snowfa, and you send it to our Instagram, Live It Buzz Media, we will be posting to determine the best snowman. Do we want to talk about the song?
Yeah, it was a song bracket. We're going to talk about that, right?
All right, so song voting is open until Wednesday's show.
Right. We're in the round of 32 right now.
Yep. And so we have some blowouts right now. I won't even go through those, but Down with the Sickness is currently losing to All By Myself. I believe that was Gentura's pick. Happy to see that.
Down with the Sickness is what seed? Do we remember?
Down with the Sickness was a 3 seed, losing to a 14.
Losing to Eric Carmen.
Yeah. The 7 versus 10 game, Leave by JoJo and Do What I Want by Lil Uzi Vert.
So last night I was telling Wyatt that we had a Little Uzi Vert song on because he had one on in the car, and he was quite impressed. But when he asked me which one it was, I didn't know.
Yeah. We're just trying to connect with the kids, the youth.
Right.
Sound of Silence in the 8-9 game is up
Right.
over With or Without You.
My sleeper pick was Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See Them, Busta Rhymes, a Miranda submission. How is that doing against From a Distance, the Bette Midler song right now?
Hold on, where is that?
It's a 5-12 matchup, looking for that 12 seed upset.
So the 5-12 From a Distance is up 80% to 20%.
Ooh.
So not even that close. Sicko Mode
Travis Scott.
is losing to So Far Away by Carole King.
How are your boys Pearl Jam doing?
Let's see.
Against Superbug. They're going against King Gizzard Lizard.
I think that's a blowout. Oh yeah, 90-10. Clearly Alive by Pearl Jam is going to be, it's cruising. They're a 4 seed, but they're a dangerous 4 seed.
Right.
So.
I'm assuming the 1 seeds are going fine.
The 1 seeds,
Right, Lil
yeah,
Wayne
we'll do the 2 1s and then we'll move on. Can't Touch This. 16 is destroying Adore You by Harry Styles.
Right.
It was a strange pick. And actually, 6 foot 7 foot is only up 70 to 30. With a little help from my friends by Joe Cocker. So.
Which is a good song, but Lil Wayne can't lose to Joe Cocker.
No.
That can't happen.
All right.
Are we ready for the top 6 reveal?
Do we have the
and then
top
we're going to do
6?
the wrap up?
do we have the top 6 yet, or is that still
I
being?
think so.
All right, she's not done with the sign, so
It's because
I
more
just need
people
a
voted for
second.
Samoas,
So-
but she knows it should be Thin Mints.
yeah. Well, you know.
Well, more people did vote for the Samoas.
Man.
Oh, so that's you just that was supposed to be a spoiler there, Morgan.
Wow.
What else do we need to say before we do our top 6?
Some wrap up items.
Vote for the song. What's
Vote
on
for the
tomorrow?
songs.
Tomorrow's episode is
Tomorrow's episode, we have an interview with Julie Schmidt. Going to do a mindful minute and some tips for teachers who are doing remote learning. Wednesday, we've got Marta Riva live from Italy.
Yes.
She's on, what do they call that kind of lockdown over there?
The shelter in place.
Shelter
type
in
thing.
place.
And she's been doing it for a while, so.
Thursday, we got on Chris Schiffelli, AP Psych teacher, going to talk about the psychology of the social distancing from the coronavirus. And we're hoping Friday to secure El Presidente, Evan Shaw, the principal. And just to know, we're going to start giving shout outs to local businesses as sponsors, even though they're not sponsoring. We just love them. Davis got some takeout from where?
Ricker Hill.
Ricker
I did
Hill.
a pickup on the curb there for breakfast yesterday.
There you
It's
go.
great.
And I will shout out because they submitted a lot of songs, and it's a new and growing business out on Route 4, sponsored by Dr. Pussums.
Yes, Dr.
The
Pussum's
cat elixir, right?
So,
Catnip.
and I know there's a lot. If you have another restaurant that offers pickup in the area,
let
please
us know, and we'll
let people
we'll
know.
put it on.
All right, so this is what I'm using my laptop. That's right. Number 6, Savannah Smiles,
Right?
which
A powdered lemon cookie.
Yes,
We
and I
struggled
will-
with number 6, but
also the name was a big part of making
Yes, it
number
was.
6.
Yes,
All
it
right,
was.
drum roll. Number 5, the s'more cooked ones.
that wasn't very smooth. Vanna White, you're safe.
I don't even know if all this is showing up on camera.
S'mores.
S'mores. I mean, who doesn't love a s'more?
Right, s'mores are good.
And I've been told by Harry Haylock that they're delicious.
They taste a little bit kind of like the fudge graham. Do you remember those cookies from when you were a kid,
yeah,
but
I
with a
do
little
remember-
marshmallow?
I do
in there?
remember the fudge
They're pretty
graham.
good.
The number 4, drum roll. Lemonades.
Lemonade.
Yes, those are delicious.
They
Also,
are
you know,
delicious.
different. Not like
They
a
kind of
normal
change them
cookie.
up like every year too. Like a new this year, it's kind of like a coated icing on it. Like pretty good cookie.
All right, drum roll. Peanut butter patties, popular in
known
the chat
as-
today.
Formerly known as
I don't know.
tagalongs.
Oh,
Right?
tagalong.
Right?
That's
The old
number
school
3.
tagalong.
And we can just straight up do it. I don't know if
Man, Thin Mints.
Thin Mints number
people
2.
don't know what you're talking
Samoas.
about.
Thank you, Rob and Amanda, for helping put Samoas over the top. I don't even think was the vote even close.
It was actually pretty close. Well, so there was a lot of vote for Thin Mints after the voting.
After the voting closed, sorry
Right.
people. Don't make that same mistake on the songs. You want to get your vote in. All right, this is a long show.
Right? We're gonna
But-
wrap this thing up.
Thank you so much. Hey, students.
Right.
One thing, please submit us pictures for the Snowman Challenge. Submit us art for the Arts Gala thing.
Vote
Next
for
week,
songs.
Vote for songs.
Get on the Instagram. Get on the
If
blog.
you're watching this, make sure you share this link so we have a lot of people watching. We want as many students as possible.
That's right. Peace out, Girl Scouts.